All right, well, we're back with hair expert Tanika Randall.
We appreciate you, girl.
Yes.
So you are a leukemia survivor and you face many hair challenges after losing your hair. Tell me about the process that you went through to grow your hair back so long and healthy. Your hair is beautiful right now.
Thank you so much. One thing I did, like I'm a real special person. So even when I was going through my chemo treatments, when I was in the hospital, I had like this hair oil that I was still like putting on my scalp and massaging, because one important thing with hair growth is like you have to get the blood flow going and you have to get those nutrients to your scalp. So I still was like massaging my scalp all the time with my hair oil so I could still get the hair growing. Even when it was falling out, I still was doing that. And then once the hair comes in, you want to make sure that you're still massaging your scalp. Like I tell everybody, do scalp massages every day. Even if you don't put oil on your scalp every day, massage your scalp every day so you keep that blood flow going and keep those nutrients there. And it helps to make your follicles stronger. And then also when you start getting your hair and your hair comes in, you want to make sure that you're properly moisturizing and like using conditioners all the time to like keep your hair nice and strong and moisturized so it doesn't break off.
So what kind of hair growth treatment plans, vary depending on your hair and your scalp? What are the different ones?
I really tell people, a lot of people focus so much on like the texture of their hair, but I try to teach people to learn more about your porosity. And basically porosity, it teaches you, like some people have like low porosity hair and some people have high porosity hair. For example, low porosity hair, that basically means that like the shingles on the roof, like your cuticles are laying like nice and flat. So it's harder for moisture, water, and products to get in your cuticle where it needs to be. But on the flip side, once it's in there, it's in there. But so those people, you want to make sure when you're washing your hair, for instance, you want to use that warmer water so you can open your cuticles up so the products can actually get in there. But when you're rinsing your hair, some people say rinse with cold water. I really don't recommend that for people with low porosity hair, because once that cold water hits, you're closing off your cuticle. So you don't want to rinse with hot, but you don't want cold water either. And then hurry up and apply your products in layers and seal with oil in the end.
How does the porosity test work? Trying to figure out what type of hair you have.
The porosity hair is really, really simple. So you're going to get a cup, but you want a clear cup that you can actually see through. And you're going to need to do this on clean hair. It's going to be like room temperature water. And you're going to take a strain of clean hair and you're going to drop that in that water. And you're going to basically look and see if your hair, if it stays at the top of the cup or if it comes to the bottom like really fast. So if your hair strand actually sits on the top of the water when you put it in there, like it doesn't start to fall, that means that your hair is more low porosity. That means that it's harder for that water to get in there. Or if when you put your hair in the cup, you see it starts to fall, that means you're on the flip side, you're high porosity, like your hair has no problem, letting the moisture and everything in the cuticle. But then the bad thing about that is that it goes in easily, but it can also come out easily. So you have to make sure that you're properly sealing all the time. And you are the person that if your hair is high porosity, you want to make sure when you're rinsing your conditioners out that you are doing the rinses with the cold water to, help your cuticles out some so they can lay flatter and hold on to the products.
Wow.
And also
I didn't know that. It makes it, I'm going to go test it out.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people don't even think about that. Like so many people are like, oh, this is my texture, but me and you can have the same texture, but if our porosity is different, the products are going to act differently on our hair. We can do the same thing and one of us will be like, it didn't work on me, it worked on you, and our hair looks the same. But it could be the porosity. And like high porosity, it can be just genetic or how your hair is, but high porosity hair can also be a sign of damage. Like say, for instance, like heat damage can cause high porosity hair. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your hair and staying away from like too much heat.
And speaking of, damage, I love relaxers. I've been getting them my whole life, basically. They call it the creamy crack. But what advice would you give people who want to transition to their natural hair? What advice would you give them?
Like really, if you want to transition, you really have to, it takes a lot of patience. I went back and forth a few times before losing all of my hair, but it does take a lot of patience. But when you're doing that, when your natural hair starts to come in, like that part that separates your natural from the relaxed hair, that is the most fragile and delicate part. So you really have to make sure that you are properly moisturizing and strengthening your hair, and stay away from styles that like are really causing so much tension or friction on your hair, because your hair can break off easily. Like go for more of the twist outs or things like that, a 2-strand twist, so that you can actually still look good, but while you're transitioning at the same time. And it won't be too noticeable that you have those two different textures going on.
That's some good advice.
And I see you do have a hair care line. Tell me more about your hair care products and also where we can find you.
Yeah, so yeah, my hair care line is T's Hair Secret, and it came about as T's Hair Secret because, you know, like we talked about, I had cancer in 2011, and yeah, I was Mr. Clean Bald is what I tell people. But by 2014, my hair had grown back halfway down my back, and everybody would always say, T, what is your secret? Because T is my nickname. And I was like, you know what? I have this hair oil that when I was in the hospital going through chemo that I had whipped up. So over the years, I was always giving people tips. So I really introduced the line from there. And then I started formulating all the other products. So now we have 18 different products, and we formulate like all the recipes like I came up with, and we formulate all the products. This is like one of my really popular sets. This is my I Want It All mini set. It comes with shampoo. It comes with the awesome deep conditioner. It comes with a daily moisturizer, that hair and scalp oil that I was talking about. And then it also has a hydrating spray. And this set is like really, really popular among like everybody. It's a really great way to get to know us without breaking the bank, because it's less than $25 for that set.
Wow, we love this.
Yeah.
It's important because for Black women, our hair is our crown. We can't get to the beauty salon.
Yeah.
But you're teaching us we can do this at home.
And I can be found at teeshairsecret.com. That's TEES hairsecret.com. And the same thing on Instagram and Facebook, T's Hair Secret.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for the tips.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
I'm going to make the transition one day. I will.
We're going to get her off the creamy crack, okay?
We embrace you with open arms.
Thank